Ibadan.
The news.
Good evening. This is Tabitha Komolafe. Reading with me is
Josephine Oluyole. Good evening.
Bringing you Newscope, our daily news program of in-depth report, interviews and commentaries. First, the highlight. President Tinubu warns terrorists against disrupting national peace, security.
Borno reintegrates 720 repentant tourists after rehabilitation.
Governor Makinde confirms abducted Oluyole pupils, teachers still within national park.
WHO declares presence of Ebola blind spots in DR Congo.
And now the details. President Bola Tinubu has issued one of his strongest warnings yet to bandits, kidnappers and sponsors of terrorism, declaring that those who continue to threaten Nigeria's peace and security will face the full force of the law. In a hard-hitting nationwide Democracy Day broadcast message today aimed at criminal elements across the country, the president said the window for surrender and repentance would not remain open indefinitely. His comments come amid recurring debates over the identity of criminal groups and concerns that insecurity could deepen ethnic divisions in the country. However, even as he vowed decisive action against perpetrators of violence, President Tinubu cautioned Nigerians against politicizing insecurity or attaching criminality to any ethnic group. The president expressed confidence that Nigeria would ultimately overcome its security challenges and emerge stronger.
Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has announced plans to confer national honors on a wide range of Nigerians, including journalists, activists, academics, legal practitioners, and military officers. He noted that the move is in recognition of their roles in the June the 12th pro-democracy struggle and the broader fight against military rule. According to the presidency, the awardees endured persecution, detection, exile, and various forms of repression during the struggle for the restoration of democratic governance in Nigeria. While describing their contributions as instrumental to the democracy enjoyed today, the president said the honors list will be released in the next few days.
In a related development, state governors across Nigeria have urged citizens to embrace unity, peace, patriotism and democratic values as the country commemorates the 2026 Democracy Day anniversary, paying tribute to the sacrifices of the June 12 struggle heroes. In separate Democracy Day messages, the governors described June 12 as a symbol of courage, freedom and the collective determination of Nigerians to defend democratic ideals. Governors of Lagos, Kebbi, Rivers, Kaduna, Imo and Abia states said the day celebrates enduring spirit of a people who chose democracy and stood firm in its defense. They noted that June 12 serves as a reminder that freedom, justice and right of citizens to have their voices heard were secured through courage and sacrifice, honoring Chief MKO Abiola, Alhaja Kudirat Abiola and other democracy heroes. They urged Nigerians to uphold the values of respect, active citizenship, accountability, and shared progress, adding that the country's diversity remains one of its greatest strengths.
However, for many Nigerians, June 12 is more than a date on the calendar. It is a symbol of the nation's democratic struggle and a moment for reflection on the progress made as well as the challenges that remain. Analysts say the significance of the day lies not only in remembering the sacrifices of pro-democracy activists, but also in renewing the collective commitment to democratic values, national unity, and good governance. In this report, Olamide Owolabi examines the significance of June the 12th. Her report is presented by Adebayo Abdurrafi.
June 12 remains a watershed in Nigeria's democratic history, symbolizing the struggle for freedom, justice, and the right of citizens to freely choose their leaders. The date commemorates the annual June 12, 1993 presidential election, widely regarded as the freest and fairest in Nigeria's history. It also serves as a reminder of the sacrifices made by pro-democracy activists and ordinary Nigerians in the quest for democratic governance. Since the return to civilian rule in 1999, Nigeria has recorded notable democratic achievements, including uninterrupted democratic governance, regular elections, and the gradual strengthening of democratic institutions. Despite these gains, challenges such as insecurity, corruption, electoral issues, and economic hardship continue to test the resilience of the nation's democracy and affect public confidence in governance. Speaking with BCOS News, public affairs analyst Fatai Adeshokon said the spirit of June 12 has played a significant role in deepening democratic consciousness among Nigerians. According to him, the struggle reinforced the rejection of military rule and strengthened the belief that political leadership should emerge through credible, free, and fair elections. He added that while some June 12 activists remained active in public life and continue to advocate democratic ideals, the impact of others on contemporary governance has become less visible.
Political consciousness has now actually evolved to an extent. We say no to military rule, either you are in APC, PDP, APM, NDC, whatever. There is a general consensus that we are going to poll and winner will emerge. Unlike before. Before you say Jack Robinson, hello fellow Nigerians, somebody has taken over. But as it is now, the spirit of June 12 has actually evolved and provoked our thoughts towards consciousness of democratic rule in our country. But as for me, I'm not seen spirit of June 12 activism in governance so far in the last 3 years. What can be done better is democratic decision has to be changed, and we are looking forward to poll in the next 6-7 months. Then Nigerians have opportunity of, through the ballot, speaking again through the ballots. Then we can actually have change of guard at all levels.
Also speaking, a participant in the June 12 struggle, Dr. Oluyole Fashakin, stressed the need for government at all levels to remain committed to policies that improve the welfare of the people. Dr. Fashakin noted that the ideas championed by the late Chief Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola centered on people-oriented governance and national development. He urged President Bola Tinubu, himself a prominent figure in the June 12 struggle, to remain steadfast in ensuring that the aspirations and expectations of ordinary Nigerians are reflected in government policies and programs.
President Tinubu knew very well what the agenda of Abiola was, and that's why he tagged his own slogan as Renew Hope. Every president agreed that they are going to remove fuel subsidy. It was agreed because they believed that it was a way of siphoning Nigerian money. My advice is that one is to address the insecurity in Nigeria. We have the capacity to address it. It's becoming alarming and it's getting out of hand. Secondly, is you look for a way of elevating the suffering of Nigeria. Look for a way of how this oil price could come down. We own the crude oil. The crude oil belongs to Nigeria. It can reduce it by asking the NNPC to supply crude oil to Dangote at Nigerian price.
The stakeholders emphasized that future elections provide another opportunity for Nigerians to strengthen democracy by electing credible leaders committed to national development and the welfare of the people. They maintained that active citizen participation and accountability remain essential to achieving the ideals for which the June 12 struggle was fought.
In the meantime, as Nigeria marks 27 years of uninterrupted democratic governance, stakeholders have called for renewed commitment to transparency, accountability, and good governance, saying they are key ingredients for strengthening democracy and improving the living conditions of citizens. In this report, Olamide Owolabi examines Nigeria's democratic journey as well as the gains, challenges, and expectations of the people.
Nigeria's return to democratic rule in 1999 marked a significant turning point in the nation's history, bringing an end to years of military administration and restoring constitutional governance and citizens' participation in the electoral process. Over the past 27 years, the country has conducted successive elections, witnessed peaceful transitions of power, and recorded increased political awareness among its citizens. These achievements are widely regarded as important milestones in Nigeria's democratic development. Despite these gains, concerns persist over issues such as insecurity, economic hardship, corruption, unemployment, and electoral irregularities, raising questions about the extent to which democracy has translated into improved welfare for the people. Speaking with BCS News, public affairs analyst Fatai Adishokun acknowledged the progress made since 1999, but stressed that Nigeria still has considerable work to do in strengthening democratic institutions and delivering effective governance. According to him, while the country deserves credit for sustaining democratic rule, greater efforts must be directed towards ensuring that citizens enjoy the true dividends of democracy.
I think there will be excuse for the electorates. If you see what is going on in the country, the economy is not smiling, and a given electorate can easily be manipulated. So you cannot force the electorate to an extent. A bag of rice, how much today? How much is a kilogram of gas if you want to buy today? People are now turning to charcoal in the last 2 months. So you cannot blame the electorate. The government, the political office holders, they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Go to Abuja, MD of Parastatal, 600 million naira bulletproof jeep. What are they doing for ordinary Nigerians? Schools, healthcare, nothing to write them about. So I think for now, we can't blame the electorates. People in public office should do the needful and let us enjoy the dividend of democracy.
Also speaking on Nigeria's democratic experience, a former member of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Honorable Taiwo Ibrahim, emphasized the need to strengthen the nation's electoral system in order to restore public confidence in the democratic process. He expressed concern that many Nigerians continue to grapple with poverty and economic challenges, arguing that the political elite must become more responsive to the realities facing ordinary citizens.
1999, we have had about 6 different elections. It wasn't that we did not have problem with those elections. For instance, the 2003 election, somebody told us, another statesman said it was going to be naira for naira and dollar for dollar, and so it was so. It was really brutal. That particular time, some people lost their life, especially youth corpers. I will collect in Niger State. That happened there. So that is to say that what happened in 1964 happened in 1983, also happened in 2003. But fortunately for us, the democracy was not truncated. In 2007, the winner of that election, the presidential election, was even sincere enough to come out and tell us that, look, this election that brought me in was brought with irregularities. It was sincere enough. And that actually brought a new order in our electoral system. And since then we have been having a new order, which means the Nigerians have learned their lessons. That look, the military should not in any way truncate or interrupt our democracy again.
The stakeholders expressed optimism that with responsible leadership, stronger institutions, and active citizen participation, Nigeria's democracy will continue to evolve and deliver greater benefits to the people.
Protesters today took to the streets of Lagos in a renewed harsh and bad governance protest, using the occasion of Democracy Day to demand urgent government action on worsening economic hardship, insecurity, unemployment, and rising cost of living. The protest, which drew activists, civil society groups, and concerned citizens, was marked by peaceful processions and the display of placards. Demonstrators also called on authorities to address the plight of Nigerians struggling with inflation, high transportation costs, and declining purchasing power. Prominent human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, as well as rapper and songwriter Folarin Falana, popularly known as Falz, were present at the protest. Recall that Falana had earlier joined several civil society organizations in declaring June 12 a day of nationwide protest, citing concerns over insecurity, hunger, and the economic difficulties facing millions of Nigerians. Meanwhile, protesters also gathered in Abuja, led by human rights activist Oluyole, but were dispersed after security personnel deployed tear gas in an apparent attempt to break up the gathering.
This broadcast of Newscope comes to you from the Broadcasting Corporation of Oluyole State, Ibadan. Borno State government has reintegrated a total of 720 men, 920 spouses, and 2,050 children who have repented and surrendered to troops after many of them were de-radicalized, disarmed, and rehabilitated at the Hajj camp in Maiduguri and acquired various skill acquisition programs. These latest categories of repentant insurgents who all swore on the Holy Quran formed part of Batch 9 low-risk and minor clients who are to be reunited with their various communities across Borno State. This was disclosed by the Special Advisor to Governor Babagana Zulum on Security, who is also a member of the De-Radicalization, Rehabilitation and Reintegration of Repentant Insurgents, retired Brigadier General Abdullah Ishaq, at a ceremony which took place at the Hajj camp today. He said the event marks another milestone in the Borno model non-kinetic approach to the fight against terrorism in the northeast region of Nigeria generally and Borno State in particular.
Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde today provided a fresh update on efforts to rescue the school children and their teachers abducted by suspected bandits in Yawota and Auro Esiele communities in Orire local government area of the state. Makinde, in his newsletter number 140 released today, said the abductees are still within the old Oyo National Park, adding that the victims remain the focus of ongoing security operations. The governor noted that it has been 27 days since the students and teachers were forcibly taken from their schools, leaving their families and communities in distress and uncertainty. He acknowledged the pain and anxiety being experienced by the affected families, acknowledging that assurances and promises might offer little comfort as the days continue to pass. The governor therefore urged residents to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity through the state's toll-free Citizens Inquiry number 615, assuring the public that all credible reports would receive prompt attention. He also cautioned against the circulation of unverified information regarding the abduction, warning that misinformation can compromise ongoing rescue efforts and hinder security operations.
Meanwhile, communities across Oyo State have been urged to establish neighborhood watch groups that will collaborate effectively with security agencies to tackle crime and strengthen public safety. Deputy Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, DCP Sulaimon Ishola, made the call at a town hall security stakeholders meeting organized by the Egbeda local government in Ibadan. BCOS reporter Bode Akinjola compiled the details. His report is presented by Debayo Abdurrafi.
Security stakeholders meeting brought together security chiefs, traditional rulers, market leaders, members of the park management system, and community leaders from across the Egbeda local government area. The gathering was aimed at fostering collaboration among stakeholders and building a united front against crime and insecurity in the area. Delivering the keynote address, a Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP Sulaimon Ishola, stressed that community cooperation remains crucial in addressing emerging security challenges, including kidnapping and other criminal activities. He noted that every community should establish neighborhood watch structures capable of working closely with both conventional and non-conventional security outfits to enhance intelligence gathering and crime prevention.
Our leaders in the church and the mosque, they should preach morality to our people. But the love of money nowadays is killing everywhere. Everyone wants money. Any that involves money, whether it is unlawful or unlawful, the majority doesn't want to care. What they want is just money. So that is where our leaders, our religious leaders need to play a vital role.
Other security experts at the meeting, including security consultant Fatai Akinsomi, called on residents and community leaders to intensify surveillance efforts, promptly report suspicious activities, and avoid shielding criminal elements within their communities. They emphasized the importance of collective vigilance in ensuring a safer society. Addressing participants, the chairman of Egbeda local government, Honorable Sikiru Sanda, described security as a collective responsibility that requires the commitment and cooperation of all stakeholders. He assured residents that his administration will continue to support lawful initiatives aimed at strengthening security and sustaining collaboration with government agencies, security formations, traditional institutions, and community groups.
Before this time, we've ensured that on monthly basis we do hold our security meeting in Egbeda local government, where we discuss the security issue that can be happening on regular basis, and that one has been helping us seriously. That of the 3 local government we have in Oyo State, Egbeda local government are one of the most peaceful so far, and we thank God, and we are not going to relent on that.
Speaking on the achievements of his administration in the security sector, Honorable Sanda highlighted the construction of police stations, the establishment of an Amatekun office, and the distribution of more than 20 motorcycles to security operatives to enhance patrol and response capabilities. Also speaking, former Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Elder Oluyole, alongside several traditional rulers, stressed that unity and effective security measures are essential for peaceful coexistence and sustainable development. They noted that only through collective efforts can residents live without fear and enjoy lasting peace.
Security is a local affair. If your immediate environment is secure, the whole nation is secure. In this wise, I'm talking about beginning from the village level to be coordinated by each local government council.
Security as it is cannot be guaranteed in an open space like this. We still call very small security gathering, where all the ideas thrown open here, it become concretized into action.
The meeting featured a roundtable discussion during which conventional and non-conventional security agencies exchanged ideas and proposed practical strategies for addressing various security challenges confronting communities in the local government area.
A World Health Organization (WHO) expert has said there are many blind spots in the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, suggesting that the spread of the deadly disease may be much wider than official estimates. Congo had yesterday said the disease had spread to 3 new health zones, reporting 676 confirmed cases and 136 deaths in an outbreak that has also spread to neighboring Uganda. A WHO epidemiologist in Benin, Eastern Congo, Oluyole, said another big challenge is a shortage of beds that medics can use to isolate patients. Lepolin said the WHO does not yet have projections for the size of the epidemic after the US CDC said it could be on the same level as the 2014 to 2016 West Africa outbreak, which caused more than 11,000 deaths. The outbreak involves the rare Bundibugyo strain of Ebola, for which there is no approved treatment or vaccine.
To end this edition of Newscope, here again are the main points. President Bola Tinubu has issued one of his strongest warnings yet to bandits, kidnappers and sponsors of terrorism, declaring that those who continue to threaten Nigerian peace and security will face the full force of the law.
Borno State Government has reintegrated a total of 720 men, 992 spouses, and 2,050 children who have repented and surrendered to troops after many of them were de-radicalized, disarmed, and rehabilitated at the Hajj camp in Maiduguri, and they acquired various skill acquisition programs.
Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde today provided a fresh update on efforts to rescue the school children and their teachers abducted by suspected bandits in Yawota and Aure Sienle communities in Owiwe local government area of the state.
The World Health Organization (WHO) expert has said there are many blind spots in the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, suggesting that the spread of the deadly disease may be much wider than official estimates.
If you see something suspicious, alert the authorities immediately for timely response. Be vigilant. That's all from Newscope desk for now. It was packaged by Ajedoyin Olojede and delivered by
Josephine Oluwabumi. Good evening.
And Tabitha Komolafe. Thanks for listening, and do not forget to tune in for the Yoruba version at 8 p.m. Good evening.
Oluyole FM 98.5.
Oluyole FM, àmẹ́jẹjẹ rédíò tó fakọyọ. Oluyole FM, Ìbàdàn làwà tá a ti ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀. Oluyole FM, àmẹ́jẹjẹ rédíò tó fakọyọ. Oluyole FM, Ìbàdàn làwà tá a ti ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀. Oluyole FM, Oluyole FM. Oluyole FM 98.5.
TS Charity ẹ̀yìn tí wà ní BCOS ṣe ti bọ̀ pé BCOS ti wà lórí Naija TV app ṣe ti rí pé nóbi lè pè nàbí reality confam ní ẹ ṣàmà wà kárí ayé o BCOS to the world BCOS ilé akéde. ẹ̀yìn tí wà lóníyọ̀lé FM ṣe ti gbọ́ pé a ti wà lórí radio box.